So for those of you who saw what I was doing before, this is the reskin and re-architecting of the Stars Without Number game on Roll20. I've made heavy use of the API, and I want to show you what I've done with ship combat, which should be pretty cool. You'll see over here I've created a handout for each ship roll so that people can do what they need to do to make the ship work. And I'll give you an idea what that all looks like. So first of all, let's go ahead and go to, by the way, each player on the terminal section down here at the bottom can go in and choose which screen they want to be on. So in this case, it's a landing page, but let's say instead they want to go to the bridge. They're now on the bridge. So each of the players can control what part of the ship they're looking into. I'll show you again. So they can go here and go instead of the landing page, or go to, let's say, the system navigation. And you've got this, pretty neat, right? And you can see that they've got a sensor lock on this vessel here. That's them here. Now going into what each of them can do, the comms officer has a number of options. So they've got an antenna, for instance, and you'll see that there's an indicator that the antenna is on right there. If I go down here to antenna, I can turn it off. I don't know if you could hear that, but I shut the antenna off, or I can turn it back on. And you can see what it does to their visibility. So to show you what the radar ping looks like, go here so that we have a result. Now if I hit radar ping, you see how it throws a radar ping out, and what it shows them is everything, even if it's on the GM layer, what's there, if it's a planet, if it's a hidden vessel, unless the vessel is cloaked. So kind of neat. The bridge actions I'm particularly happy with. So let me pull the bridge actions up. So they can move the vessel around, and you'll see the vessel move as I click. And now if they go to the HUD, which I will bring everyone to the HUD, this is the battle screen basically. So let's say they're on the HUD. That same handout for the bridge actions, instead of moving them, it moves everything else that has certain indicators on it. So the ship stays the same, right? But they move. Then for comms actions, let me close that up. They can only see so much, but they got the antenna on. So if I turn the antenna off, this indicator here goes to blank, of course. And now all they can see is from this rotating viewer, right? Pretty neat. The speed is indicated here. If I go to the bridge actions, I will choose a speed of 4, which is their max speed, and it changes the dial. And I'll just choose a couple of them just so you see. It does that on every screen that has one, of course. I've got their armor class, their command points. That's just a random number so I can test things. And then their crisis indicator. So let's say that they want to do a spike drill. Pretty simple stuff, really. So they will scroll down here to spike drill, and they've got other things they could do, like evasive maneuvers, or here I've got a launch sequence. If they want to do a spike drill, they click this, they'll put a destination. Let's just call it test. If they just leave it as none, they can hammer their way through everything. The speed, the distance, whether it's precog, whether it's rushed, what the rudder age is, if they're trimming the course, their skill level, any additional modifiers I might put in as a game master. So let's see what happens when we hit some.
Spectral commencing. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Here it comes.
I love this. Now if they want to end a spike drill, I'll just go through none and just enter through it. That's it.
Destination approaching. Canceling spike drill in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're back home. Pretty slick. Now let's say that they've got a combat situation. And you can see here that there's a cruiser there. So I can click on the cruiser, click torpedo, pick them as the target of that torpedo. And then I've got a button down here for torpedo run, which will, and I do it at the end of each turn, the torpedoes do a run. Pretty slick. And they're guided, so even if the player moves, it will change direction to follow them. We'll do another torpedo run just so it hits this time. Damage did it do? So I'll enter the damage. Armor piercing of 25. And then let's see, what was the actual damage done? 6 damage. Okay, so we'll go 6 damage and see what it does to the actual screen. So over here, this is their armor, which comes back right away, and this is their health, which does not. So I will enter that ship damage. It hits their armor, comes back, and then does the damage. Kind of neat. There's a whole lot more than just this, but you know how it is. And of course they've got, you know, all their different maps, like their planet maps, all with, you know, lighting and all the rest of it. Kind of neat.